Spicy. Pepperoni. Will pepperoni. Will pepperoni. Yeah. It's like pepperoni, but just pepperoni. I'm like, dude, your name is not that hard that you need to explain it. Vashishta.
He was a piece of work.
Me. One day a dude came into Sam Ash and he was like, I just need somebody to just kind of type in your last name to drop off this package. What's your name? And I was like, Vashishta. He looked at me and was like, fuck. So he looks at this other guy and he's like, what's your name, dude? Oh, I didn't realize Abe was here. He's gonna love this. So he's like, what's your name, dude?
Sam Ash, right?
The dude's Pachalski. He's like, oh fuck, man. So he looks over at Krista. He's like, what's your name? She goes, Giamatti. He's like, oh god damn it! Fuck, someone type in your name.
Do we have a Smith? An Adam there? A Johnson?
Hensley.
I'm so glad. That's great. Didn't remember that part. So anyway, we do the thing. Oh, you hit record and I say, "What's up, guys?" Oh, like now? Oh, we're recording right now. Oh, what's up, guys? Yo. Welcome to the Kyber Cantina. My name is Max. We're at Sable Grove Media, where we record all of our podcasts, and we do all sorts of media. So, if you need anything, let us know. We'll give you a hookup. As always, I'm here with baby Jamie. What's up, Jamie? Spoiler alert, by the way, we're going to be going into WandaVision episode 4, I believe. So if you haven't seen WandaVision episode 4, don't watch this. Go back through, watch them. It's totally worth it. I'm here with my man, Devin Adams.
What's up, man?
What's up, Devin? So, Devin, I want to tell you what I've been doing lately. And to preface this, I have to talk to my actual mommy. If you are listening to this, you gotta skip ahead 5 minutes. I'm going too fast. I need to slow down. Mommy, if you're listening to this, you need to skip ahead 5 minutes. I'm going to be talking about stuff that's going to interfere with our movie marathons. So take a second and do it. Okay, people. So here's what I've been doing at home. All right.
I love it. All right.
We're watching WandaVision, right? And in this one, Wu is in it, Darcy's in it, and I'm like ecstatic over them being there. I love them as characters, and I'm flipping out over blippy things and snappy things. And
the undusting.
Yeah, the undusting. And so my mom is getting really frustrated because she didn't understand why I reacted at the undusting, right? The blip. She didn't understand why I'm excited about Wu, Darcy. And the straw that broke the camel's back, she's like, are you telling me that I'm supposed to watch 2 Thor movies and a freaking Ant-Man movie to watch this 4th episode of this show?
That's the MCU.
So she got really mad and we started over at Iron Man. So
yes.
And the big thing here is DC Comics. I've been in HBO Max and I'm watching a bunch of like DC animations because I love that stuff. I'm doing Harley Quinn. We're going to do a podcast with my friend Blue and do Harley Quinn. I'm really excited to dive into that. But I've been going through the DC Universe movies, right?
Right.
So my mom and I, because she wanted to do Wonder Woman, so we watched them, okay? Man of Steel, where you start. We did Batman v Superman.
Man of Steel's a masterpiece. I'll take that to my grave. I love it.
So we did Man of Steel, and I was like, how do we introduce Batman? Let's wait. So we did Wonder Woman 1 and 2. Takes place before.
Yep.
We did Aquaman, Shazam, and then like the Wonder Woman thing of like, hey, this is the Suicide Squad, and here's the Harley Quinn movie, and these women are also playing in the same place as Wonder Woman. Great. But then we watched Batman v Superman, and that's where Superman dies. So slowly, I've been reinforcing this idea that Superman is dead.
We're in a different place.
We're in a different place. Little by little,
no
I'm
Superman.
like, oh, Superman's dead. So my mom lives in this alternate universe right now, where all the DC movies came out first. Like in the right order, like the MCU.
And
we did
the
Batman.
Justice League movie has not happened. That's the important part here is you did not watch the Justice League movie.
Yeah, so when we did Batman v Superman and Wonder Woman's in the thing, she was like, oh shit, cause the thing in the 80s, and oh, he found the picture. Who's that other guy? Why he moves so fast? Flash. I remember cause when I was a little kid, she taught me the heroes and shit, so she knows. And then of course both of our mothers have been just completely what's the word I want to use here? Forced to like watch superhero stuff.
Absolutely.
As we get older.
My mom's favorite phrase is there's another Spider-Man movie. I've heard that so many times. I'm like, there's not even that many, Mom.
How many
Just
times
watch it. It's
will
really
Uncle
good.
Ben die? Oh my god. It's like always killing Uncle Ben, dude.
But yeah, dude, like, that's great. You're showing her the way that we all should have watched the movies.
Like really wanted
This is the way they should have released them. Make us love Wonder Woman. Make us love The Flash. Make us love fucking Aquaman.
She knew Aquaman.
And do all this stuff, and then and Superman dies, and then when Justice League happens, and we have to come together because Superman is dead. It means something.
It means something. And I continually reinforce that, like, you know, oh, this movie's gonna be good. Like, we gotta wait because Superman's dead, and we'll see what they're gonna do. Like, just little nuggets. So she's on that. It's like when Jim convinces Dwight that it's actually Thursday and not Friday the next day, and he's constantly like slowly reinforcing. Like Dwight's like,
"What are you doing on the weekend?"
It's like, "Oh yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing tomorrow on the weekend, man?" And then Dwight comes busting, and so I pranked my mom into something awesome. So we're gonna watch Superman come back.
When the Snyder Cut comes out, which I'm very excited about, most people are. I think it's the kind of thing that most DC fans deserve, man. It's what DC fans deserve.
Yeah.
As a Marvel person, we're loving the fact that our shit is awesome. But I wanted the competition.
Yeah,
I really did. I really
too.
wanted like the Marvel stuff to be like fun comic book, yay, you know, and then y'all stuff can be like. Y'all stuff can be dark and it can be
good.
like fucking
it doesn't have
serious.
To be. I mean,
it doesn't have to
fun,
be. But that's the palette that Zack Snyder kind of was going for, and so just let him go for it. Just let him do it.
You can tell too.
Just let him do it, and then kind of wrap it up in Justice League. And like I respected his vision for the whole thing, and I really wanted it to rival the Marvel universe, but they just kind of.
Yeah.
You know, they just kind of gave up in a way, and they wanted to release the Justice League movie and the whole Joss Whedon thing, and all that stuff.
And Zach's daughter dying and all that. They should have just waited.
It's a very bad situation. They really should have just waited and then released it the way they were supposed. It's fine. It's fine, right? It's in the past now. But the fact that we're actually living in a world where we're getting the Snyder Cut and Justice League the way that it's supposed to happen is about to happen.
We're in a very different world than the tiny one my mother occupies.
Exactly.
She's like actually.
So she's gonna get to see the real Justice League movie, and that's gonna be beautiful. Like, so that's cool.
She can come back now. We'll get to Wanda, but that was I'm down about that. I just wanted to say that because it's a super cool thing.
I love it.
But
I love it.
So Devin and I, we've been playing like Tekken. We've been playing this game called Ghost of Tsushima. And tell me about Sushi, dude. Why do you like that game? Because I think people like who watch us play these games in these podcasts, like on the video part, like are interested in games. Like, talk to me about
Sushi.
Sushi. When I go there,
Ghost of Tsushima.
Sushi.
Dude, sushi is we're loving it. We're loving it so fucking much. Like the combat system is so it feels so good.
It's like a combo of Dark Souls and like Ninja Gaiden.
I guess
it's like a combination of those. Yeah.
For me, very few games feel as good as God of War. God of War just slicing through people and just like feeling like the best, even though it's difficult. You still feel
you and I
like
played it on a really
great.
hard difficulty anyway. Devin and I like to punish ourselves in games.
Yeah, me and Max have this thing that we play first-person games and we trade it off like you did with your little brother back in the day. And we finished God of War, then we've
done Spider-Man, we've done Batman Arkham Knight.
We did Spider-Man, then God of War,
pre-COVID, and then COVID.
Sushi, I think is the way it worked.
No, we failed at Sekiro.
We failed at Sekiro. We failed at Sekiro.
But we're doing a Tekken tournament with some friends, like Tekken tag team. So Devin and I are video gamers, man. That's what we're doing.
We're gonna whoop their ass. We were challenged at Tekken. They came at us saying, y'all two train, we'll train, and then on whatever date we're gonna like fucking throw down. I don't think they realize how much Tekken 3 I used to play. I'm about to whoop their
Me too.
ass.
That's my game. Tekken 3.
Tekken 3, bro. PS1 and Yoshimitsu. He's a main character. He's in all them motherfuckers. I am fully prepared to whoop your friends' asses.
I am too. I'm ready.
It'll be great. And that's one of the beautiful things about Tekken is that like a lot of the same exact moves that were in Tekken 3. Like Yoshimitsu plays the same way.
Yep, they just keep them.
It's and
fun
maybe he's got a couple more things, but like the character plays exactly the same way.
Right.
Like unlike Injustice 1 and Injustice 2. Like my main in Injustice 2 is Wonder Woman. Injustice. My main in Injustice 2 is Wonder Woman, but in Injustice 1 I don't like playing Wonder Woman.
I do. She's awesome. You
you're the opposite.
You switch between the modes. Right. Yeah.
So like some games they don't keep it exactly the same. I feel like Mortal Kombat's that way too. They kind of like rotate people around. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 versus Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, completely different games. It's not. And Marvel vs. Capcom 2 versus
and the theme song changes like between the 12-8 and the 4. We're music nerds too.
But that's one beautiful thing about Tekken is it's the same fucking moves since I was like 10 years old playing Tekken. So I'm gonna whoop their ass.
All right. I mean, they're good at games, but I myself have played it for years.
Oh yeah, so. Red is really good.
Now you've got your really Spider-Man hoodie on. It's like the iconic Devin hoodie. Like anyone who knew him in college or anywhere is like, oh yeah, the Spider-Man hoodie for sure.
Yeah. Anytime I'm trying to be comfortable, this is what I wear.
Yeah.
Shout out to Megan Burns for buying it for me.
Boom. And for designing my doggy tattoo on my leg.
There you go.
Rest in peace. We just put him away. He's a good boy. I'll get him later. So your Spider-Man hoodie, right?
Right.
Talk to me about Spider-Man 3. And we're calling it that, right? Spider-Man 3?
You know, it's going to be some sort of play on the word home. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But yeah, Spider-Man 3.
A New Home.
A New Home. Yeah, we did Homecoming, Far From Home.
Really close to
home. Homesick. That's the one people throw around a lot.
That'd be good. Homesick would be good.
But
they're saying all these people are going to be in it.
Dude.
And
it looks like it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, what have you heard? Because I purposefully ignore certain things depending on who's posting them. Like I've always had this ability to see something on Facebook and kind of tell. Like the Ben Affleck saga, everyone was like, he's not Batman no more. And then at some point I was like, okay, I think this is legit.
Yeah, he really is.
So you can tell like when something's
But
legit.
I heard he's down with coming back. But
yes,
whatever.
He's coming back.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man 3 is all over the place. And some of it seems legit and some of it doesn't. Like crossing over all the Spider-Man, I don't know, dude.
Okay. So this does tie into the whole Wanda thing, right?
Oh,
it really does. Here's what I think is happening.
Okay. Yeah.
The end of Wanda is not gonna have a good ending. I feel
ending.
Like a happy.
Yeah,
sorry,
it'll be good.
I keep saying that. It'll be a good ending, but it'll be sad.
Yeah.
I feel like she's gonna break the multiverse in some sort of way. I feel like she's like everything around her is gonna reality is gonna sort of crumble in some sort of way, right? Then that's because they've said it leads directly into Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, is gonna kind of deal with the fallout of that. Maybe Doctor Strange is trying to keep everything, intact or whatever, right? Maybe he's hopping to different realities and trying to make things right. Maybe, just throwing stuff out there, right? I believe, because I think it's no coincidence that Sam Raimi is directing Doctor Strange 2.
I've heard about that, yeah.
And
you could bring other Spider-Men that way, sure.
What?
In Doctor Strange, in the multiverse movie, do it that way and bring the Spider-Man
we could. Or when we start Spider-Man 3, it could just be understood after we've watched Doctor Strange 2 that all of the multiple possible realities that are out there, they've all folded onto each other.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what we're gonna do. Everything's gonna fold onto each other.
And I'd like that if you had Toby and Andrew in Doctor Strange, and then you're saying fold on each other, but I'm thinking DC Comic Crisis, where they make everything one Earth. So
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So then everything becomes one,
as opposed to multiple Spider-Men.
Yeah, and so I'm kind of picturing a world where like, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, they existed in alternate universes, and basically we'll get to a point where the MCU involves everything Marvel that has ever happened. Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, fucking,
Wesley Snipes as Blade.
Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. That is confirmed that is absolutely going to happen.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So, has Ryan said that? Is there a picture of him in suit? Like,
I know Kevin Feige
said that. Okay.
He said that there's going to be a Deadpool 3. It's going to be rated R. It's going to be part of the MCU.
And what else have you heard about other actors? Like, do we really know that Andrew and Toby are in this?
No. It's just heavily rumored. So, but here's the real thing of it is that it is confirmed that Jamie Foxx is playing Electro.
Okay, then that's enough.
Right.
That's
It is
enough.
confirmed that Jamie Foxx is going to be
Yeah.
Electro. So Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro is going to be in Tom Holland's fucking
They
Spider-Man
always
movie.
do that nerdy turns into a scary person trope. They did
Yeah,
it with
I know.
him. They did it with this girl Minerva in the Wonder Woman movie too.
Right.
Like, they got to get away from
I know.
that.
Yeah, just because you've got like big black rim glasses or whatever doesn't mean that you're a loser that hates everybody. you
Right.
know, like whatever. But yeah,
so
but
that's
and also
confirmed
I don't
for
know
sure.
if it's 100% confirmed, but it's like basically confirmed that Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus from the Sam
Okay.
Raimi trilogy is also in the movie.
Yeah.
So like we are 100% taking things from the outside of the other Spider-Man movies and we're bringing them into Tom Holland's Spider-Man
Yeah.
movie. So I mean, maybe it's a big maybe that like, oh, it's just they just cast Jamie Foxx as Electro because it's kind of cool, right? But no, it's the same
they did
character.
with
It's gotta be
Jonah?
the
Yeah,
same character.
yeah.
It's gotta be. And with
I
all of us,
wonder if you
all
need
of
to
this
watch
talk,
Garfield's movie to see where the character is, or to like pick up on references that they make, or you have to actually watch Tobey Maguire to like get a tiny piece of dialogue or something. You know what I mean? Like they'll probably do
what
that.
leading up to like
Well,
you're saying if you
I'm just saying Easter eggs. Like if they really have them in the movies, you gotta look back. Like Agent Wu, dude, in the episode we're about to talk about, he shows up and flips out that little business
Yeah,
card because he learned the magic in Ant-Man 2. So that kind of thing. They'll probably do that of like, oh, you have to go back and watch Thor 2 now, I guess, because we're doing the reality stuff.
Yeah, I
That
feel
where
you,
it's
I
like,
feel you.
oh, you gotta go back and watch Spider-Man.
But that's
So-
crazy. It's all another thing is that it's heavily implied that Charlie Cox is going to return as Daredevil and be in
Oh.
Spider-Man.
No shit.
Again, we're just talking bullshit rumors. Marvel's really good at trying to keep shit secret and all that. But
I'd be down.
Kevin Feige did say when he was talking about the She-Hulk TV show, he was like, "Who knows? Maybe another lawyer will show up."
Right.
And everybody's like, "Well, duh! You're talking about fucking
Yeah.
Matt Murdock."
Yeah.
You know, and
She-Hulk is an
supposedly
option, but yeah.
you've seen people have seen Charlie Cox on set
That's
and
the thing.
all that stuff.
They've seen him on set. It's
Right.
confirmed. Yeah.
I'm not like really digging into the news as much this time because I kind of
I've sort of grown out of it. Unfortunately, we
it's
have a podcast
really
about
fun.
superheroes.
It's really fun to get really excited about things, but I tend to think back to when I watched Captain America: The First Avenger for the first time.
Yeah.
I got really into every nugget of information that I could possibly get, and then when I actually saw the movie, I felt like I already knew everything, so there was no
Right,
point in watching the movie.
exactly. Yeah.
And I don't want to
And
have that
those-
experience again because it was a great movie.
It was,
you know.
and it didn't really pan out, that
Yeah.
way, because you had that information. I
Right,
loved it.
so I didn't
know
love it as
anything.
much when I watched
Yeah.
it. I was just like, okay, cool.
The American way. It's that's actually really fun how he was like famous that way first.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, let's dive into Wanda.
Yeah, it's Wanda time. It's
but
Wanda time.
speaking about Daredevil,
WandaVision.
though, just to connect, I noticed they both do have something in common,
What's
which
that?
is that they both lost their vision. So, but the beginning of this episode was absolutely insane. Like, I stood
Oh,
up and
man.
like yelled, and my mom was like, "Why are you screaming?" And Wu came and Darcy came, and she was like, "You need to chill the fuck out because you're yelling at me in the house right now."
you need to calm down.
Dude, I loved it because it wasn't WandaVision. It was like, hey, you know, I really appreciate that you guys appreciate all these cool sitcoms and how we're working really hard, but don't forget, this is the MCU. We killed half the fucking people you love.
Yeah.
So try us. Yeah, it
Right.
was like that. Because I was cool. I mean, I was like, what's happening with her? Is this her light powers? Oh, she's able to manifest out of anywhere? Oh my God, are there other people here training? They're all coming back too fast. We don't have enough space. And that's when I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God. The
That was
fucking
so
trauma.
cool. I mean, it's something that it gets touched on in Far From Home. That like, yeah, dude, like you blipped out, you disappeared, and then the world just kept on turning.
world kept turning,
and then
dude.
all of a sudden,
Now you're
everybody
back.
came back. You know,
Now
I think,
some of
I
your
think it was,
friends
it was
have
the middle
beards
of like
and
a
some of them don't.
basketball game or something like that. It was like a slightly
At
comedic
Far From
take.
Home, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a slightly comedic take on the fact that like all of a sudden everybody showed up again.
As
And
opposed
so-
to Wanda, which was scary.
It was scary.
Yeah,
all of a
the
sudden,
hospital.
the entire hospital is chaos.
Yeah.
And like, you can hear sirens and like chaos outside of the hospital, like, you know, in the background.
stressful.
And like, yeah, just imagine
If you
like
watched it
being
with
alive
subtitles,
in that
that
moment.
made it stressful because you can hear everyone yelling, like read everyone yelling in the background.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
So I like
so-
that they revealed shit though, like objects come in and they change, like with the jump rope. Like they had that wire, so beekeeper guy goes into the thing, and the wire's behind him, and it turns into a jump rope and comes out. Because we finally would figure out what happened to beekeeper.
So that has nothing to do with the blip, though. That's just because he was going through Wanda's little force field.
Oh yeah.
That has nothing to do with the
blip. It goes underground.
Yeah. Because we took a weird jump here, but yeah, because I remember. You know, obviously, we all remember when the beekeeper showed up, and we're like, "What the fuck is going on with the beekeeper?" Right?
Job.
But when we saw it from this perspective, I saw him in his like radiation suit, and I remember being like, "Oh shit." He wasn't a beekeeper. He was just a dude in a radiation suit.
No, it's really like you said. It's just an Easter egg that he's a beekeeper for the sword guys.
But then he walks through the like force field or whatever, and then it turned into a beekeeper suit. And I was like, oh yeah. And there's like bees buzzing around and like all that shit. And I was like, okay. He really was a beekeeper.
Right.
But like, yeah, he transforms as he goes through Wanda's weird portal, and and his tethered. You know, is tethered to the outside world.
They're trying to tether
rope.
you to reality there too. Like, hey, this is a real thing. Like, why are these guys doing this superhero show? Like the tenderizer thing. There's something you had mentioned to me. Something happens in the actual show with the tenderizer. Like, what does he say? Do you want it tenderized or pulverized? No. It's something else. Because the dude in real life, the sword guy in real
he says, I think he says, "Where's the tenderizer?" in the sitcom, what Vision does.
Yeah.
And then Wanda says, "You're looking at it," or "I'm looking at him," and hands him the meat tenderizer. And then, you know, it's like, all right, so you're just gonna beat the shit out of the meat, and you know, because he's super strong, right? But when they're watching the show, the same line happens. He says, "Where's the tenderizer?" And then the guy says, "What am I looking at?" So it's like, it's a play on a joke that they already made. But it was very fascinating to see this whole sitcom from the other perspective.
Right.
It was,
because we're watching it from Wanda's perspective. We're not even watching it from their perspective.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, this is kind of the episode that we needed, I feel like. Oh
my God.
We needed more like, okay, what is actually happening here? You know?
Yeah.
And so.
It's just great. All the questions got answered. Woo. Agent Woo. Haha, Agent Woo's first question.
Oh man.
What is up with the hexagons?
Bro.
And anyone listening to this will know
my
that
hat is off to you, sir. I was very skeptical about the whole fucking hexagon situation. I was like, okay, sure, there's a lot of hexagons. It is kind of weird, but man, you know, it's not a big deal. And then when I saw Woo right on the fucking whiteboard, what's with the hexagons? I was like, wow, dude. Max is gonna be so happy.
Yeah,
the
that was
hexagons mean something.
I love this guy, Randall Park, dude. I met him first in The Office. He plays Agent Jim. And there's all those jokes about like John Krasinski can't be in the MCU playing
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic because he's already been cast as
he's Agent Woo.
And then I saw The Interview. He plays Kim Jong-un in The Interview.
He was so great.
And he was great. And I love that movie. So they do a Lord of the Rings thing in that
You led
movie.
my friend into a tiger patch. That's one of my favorite lines.
And then Fresh Off the Boat. He's a dad in Fresh Off the Boat.
I never caught that, but I heard it was
He's
so
really
funny.
good. And he like whips out that card doing magic. You can see in an interview he had to meet with Paul Rudd and have Paul teach it. Because Paul, for Ant-Man, really learned it.
That's cool.
And so Randall was like, I had that screen up, and when I was filming the movie, I should probably go through and like actually learn the tricks and everything. So yeah, I loved Woo. Like he was the thing is, this dude just wants to do his job well, and he's really nice. Ant-Man was like,
he's such a tender
maybe
heart,
we can go to
man.
dinner, and made that joke, and Woo was like, oh, well, I mean, you did your time, and you're a cool guy. Can we go to dinner? Like he's so awkward because they made that joke about baseball season. He's like, baseball season's over, sir.
Yeah,
it was very nice.
And then there's the other one about like would you want some or something like that, and he like starts talking about how he maybe would want to have kids one day.
Yeah,
it's a complete
chips?
misunderstanding.
Oh, he's such a
like,
good dude.
That's
man.
like a plot point that has like gone through his Ant-Man and Wasp movie to now, is that like he doesn't. He's just awkward. He's just awkward. He misunderstands what people are trying to say to him.
Your dad went and played with Captain America and all of his friends in an airport. Yeah.
Yeah.
And these violated the Sokovia Accords, and then it went way out.
So yeah, so him doing the magic trick was great. I was like, yep, cool callback to the fact that he has a connection to Scott Lang. Like, excellent. But yeah, and so, by the way, I'm a brag. I was 100% right. Darcy was the
Darcy,
one.
I was gonna talk
watching the
about
TV
Darcy,
show.
dude.
I was 100% right.
Because when we did Thor, my mom was saying like, "Oh, this is that girl. She's real smart," and I was like, "No, she's an intern. She's in school."
Yeah.
And you have to see like she studied with Jane Foster and Eric Selvig
Right.
and is smarter than all those military guys and solved it.
Sure.
And sure, the hexagon's fine, but I had that moment with you where I was like, "That little fucker, he knew that Darcy was watching the show."
Yeah.
But yeah, Kat
It
Dennings,
just made the most sense to me. But like
insane.
they made a very, very smart move in making her actually smart and not just comic relief.
Yes, thank you.
This is a character that multiple people hate.
Darcy, I know.
Most people say, and I've softened up a little bit.
She's so invested in the show.
I've softened up a little bit, but like most people say that she is the worst part of the Thor movies. So for them to bring her back, people were like,
Her boyfriend.
okay.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
And I was wondering.
And then
with
so
Lou.
they did that, but then they were smart. They still made her have basically the same personality, but they gave her some respect. They made her like actually a good scientist, and she's the one that is like, yo,
Right.
she's creating a TV show. Let's watch it to get clues.
Yeah, and things keep skipping out there. Yeah. I was gonna change topic real quick to the stork. Have you heard the rumor about the stork?
That
From the
he's
last
Mephisto.
episode? Well, she couldn't control him, but there's also like there's a promo.
She can't control a lot of things.
That's true. Yeah, because she was like, I didn't mean to do that with the butterflies. But there's a promo too that has like a face in it. There's like 2 promos I've seen. Plus, you said her kids have the souls of Mephisto. They have to tie this in somehow.
I know, but I'm. It's very. I don't think we have any legitimate grounds to assume that Mephisto is definitely going to happen. I know the thing with the twins and the souls of Mephisto, and yeah, there's like the face on the wallpaper that you showed me, and there's some things, but
Well, Jamie had showed it to me, but yeah.
yeah, but like. I don't know. I'm not completely sold. I'm still open to everything. The only thing that I'm accepting is that this is a world that Wanda has created, and it's
Right.
going to end very badly for everybody involved.
Yeah, we gotta trust our gut on it, because I know that's the thing with the other stuff is like I was saying earlier, like you gotta like make sure you know what is real news and what's not.
Yeah, for sure.
Missing persons is something I wanted to ask you about too. Wu goes there because there's a missing person whose family doesn't remember him. Like, not only is he's missing, but his family doesn't remember him. Like,
Right.
his family's in Eastview, and he got lost in Westview. Do you
Yeah.
think that person might be crucial, and who could they be? Because Dottie's husband hasn't been shown, and I don't know what that deal could be. Like, why? Like, what's going on there? So, speculation's all I got.
Yeah, I know. I mean, speculation's all that most people got, but I don't know about the missing person case. I don't know how important that may be. One point I wanted to make was the nosy neighbor Agnes. They once they start getting like an understanding of what kind of is going on, just a little bit, they start being like, oh, this is this person's actual name. They're playing this character. They start putting all their mugshots on the wall or whatever, right?
Right.
They never put Agnes's face on the wall. As far as I know.
Correct. I saw that too. I don't know what's up with that.
It might have just been an editing thing, but it also might mean that she is not, because
She's not who she says she is.
right, because early on I was like, either one of 2 things are happening, right? This is 100% all in Wanda's head, or she's taken over a town.
Right.
We've discovered from this episode she's taken over a town.
A real town.
A real town but she's also made a reality where nobody even knows this town exists. They're standing in
Yeah.
front of the sign, they don't even know it exists. So apparently, Agnes she's some sort of outside entity that does not necessarily belong here, and that kind of plays into a lot of the little theories about her being Agatha
Harkness, right?
right, and all that stuff. So maybe that was our little clue that that's exactly what is happening. I find that fascinating. If that's the way that things are going, the Vision, gray Vision with the stone ripped out of his head.
So scary.
Was
I'm scared of
heartbreaking.
zombies and giants, and I don't like zombies. Devin's laughing because it's a long-term thing. I can't do zombies. I can't do giants. I don't play like The Last of Us and shit. I don't watch Attack on Titan anyway. But I was gonna say with Vision, they have Jimi Hendrix's Voodoo Child playing, and every
Yeah.
episode so far I've done lyrics, right? So this one says, because he's being reanimated, I think, because I'm a voodoo child. Lord knows I'm a voodoo child, baby. And then the next part is, I didn't mean to take up all your sweet time. I'll give it right back to you one of these days. So it's like Wanda's gonna fix that fucker, I think.
She wants to reanimate him. I think that's gonna be like that's gonna be our big finale. Is her somehow being like,
yeah, I want
Vision back. I want Vision back. Like I can make this right. I can make this right. And everybody's screaming at her like Charles Xavier did in his wheelchair back in House of M. Like, you can't do this. This is not the way that the world is supposed to be. Right. And I think it's gonna completely break her, and it's going to break the entire fucking universe. I feel like that's what we're doing. We're turning her into the proper villain that she's supposed to be. Right. All the best Scarlet Witch stories are when she's an unhinged, crazy person.
I wonder how they'll give her that name, Scarlet Witch. I do want to wrap up here, but I wanted to ask you before we go, what do you think will happen next? Like, really, like I know it's a big question, but you know, speculatively, really, because you're very good at seeing stories and telling. Like, yeah, where are we? You know,
where do we go from here? I think basically Sword just keeps poking and prying and trying to get closer and closer and closer, and we get a little more of those moments like when they were trying to speak to her through the radio, and it kind of glitched out the whole like little programming a little bit. Everyone kind of lost their personalities a little bit, yes. And she literally like heard them. I think we're gonna get a lot more of those moments where Sword is gonna keep poking in, and eventually she's gonna realize the weight of what she is doing. And she's gonna 100% break down, because what she's doing is she's breaking down, but she's covering it up with a little Band-Aid. And eventually we're gonna rip the Band-Aid off, and a lot of bad things are about to happen. Mm-hmm. That's what I say.
Well, yeah, I feel like Vision's gonna be the one to break this the most, to be like, Wanda, something is wrong here.
That would make the most sense, yes. For Vision to really like put the last nail in the coffin, or whatever that phrase is, and be like, listen, what you're doing to me to make a new me, all this, I'm not supposed to be alive. I'm not supposed to be here.
That'd be crazy.
You know, I think that's where we're going with this. From the promos, it looks like we're doing like a Modern Family parody in the future.
Yeah, I try not to.
It's great.
Again with the Captain America thing. Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, but she's gonna be like talking to the camera. We're gonna have a different kind of sitcom and stuff. Cool. I'm looking forward to it for sure. I hope we get more like more Pietro and more like Sokovia stuff. I hope we get a little more of like the true backstory of Wanda, a little bit more, because this is really it's a character piece. It's us trying to understand Wanda more, because we haven't really dug deep enough yet. Right. And so that's what the show is about, I feel like, at the end of the day.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in, Devin. I really appreciate you as always. Hope you guys enjoyed, and catch us in next time. Until then, until our paths cross.
Yeah.